And we begin at 5 with this story. 3 men, including a U.S. citizen, being accused of the largest ever theft of consumer data from a U.S. financial institution.
As Marley Hall reports, they allegedly stole the personal information of more than 100 million customers, but prosecutors say they also committed many other crimes.
Updating breaking news on the situation. You're looking at a live picture in the San Bernardino, California area where police apparently have surrounded the suspects in the mass shooting from this afternoon.
Officers at this point are keeping their distance. They're pointing their guns at the vehicle while more police are racing to the scene. Hey, good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in for First News at 4 on this Tuesday. And this Tuesday is especially important because it is the eve of our KBTX Food for Families food drive. It's all we can talk about today.
Absolutely. A big event that's happening tomorrow. So not only are we excited, but the weather is going to be nice, so we expect a lot of people to come out. Shell, give us a preview of what we can expect for tomorrow, my friend.
Another mass shooting is unfolding at a social services center in San Bernardino, California. Multiple people were wounded and there are fatalities.
Yeah, happening right now. Police are still searching for the gunman. Live on the scene, Danielle Nottingham is there just east of LA with the very latest where 14 are dead. Danielle.
Now back to you.
Thanks so much, Danielle. Of course, President Barack Obama has been briefed on the shooting, is monitoring the situation as it unfolds.
More coming up at 5:30 on the CBS Evening News. Let's bring you back here at home now. As soon as he heard the information of what's happening in California, he said, quote, "We should come together in a bipartisan basis at every level of government to make these rare as opposed to normal." And I don't care what side you're on. It's become normal, and
it has become normal.
That's
we see active shooter on the CBS News breaking stinger, and we're not as surprised as we used to be.
Well, let me tell you, and this kind of goes into our next story, and it's proof that more and more Americans are arming themselves, and when you hear that and you think of that,
oh yeah.
I don't blame them.
It rolls right into it.
Absolutely.
When you see things like this on the news so much more often than not. So these numbers here, more Americans had their backgrounds checked on Black Friday in relation to purchasing guns than any other day on record, according to data released by the FBI.
Hi, everybody. You're watching First News at 4, Tuesday edition. I'm Rusty Surette, Kathleen Witte next to us. I'm excited about today's show. We're going to be doing something with pumpkins. I still don't know quite what we're going to be doing. But
I'll let you know.
She's leading this.
It's a very fall-themed show, and it fits with our fall weather out there.
I love this. We're talking with Max right before the show started, and I said this has a psychological effect on me. I know that rain's on the way. I'm just happy. Max, Kathleen's a little iffy with it.
You know, it's not so much that I'm excited about the rain. I like the cooler temperatures that we're getting.
Fall.
And the rain is fine, a little inconvenient, but fine. I know we need it.
Plus, it was the Aggie Habitat for Humanity patch, a fundraiser by a Texas A&M group that helps to build homes for families in need. Take a look at this.
Whether you're quick to pick,
it's the great pumpkin,
or just picky.
There's no such thing as a perfectly round pumpkin that is going to be orange all over.
I don't know.
This one.
I think Rusty got it right there.
Never mind. Rusty, of course, found it.
Make sure you clean them off, though, because these are covered in some serious pumpkin goo.
Yeah,
so the mess inside, I learned just, Google teaches me a lot today about this. It's called the fiber strands. And you talk about what you can do with the seeds. I found recipes for even this mess.
I thought you just had to throw it out.
No. So pumpkin risotto or pumpkin hummus. Hi, everyone. We begin with breaking news at 5. Huntsville police working a stabbing investigation. It's at the Arbors Apartments on Bowers Boulevard. Police are telling us right now that the victim was taken by a helicopter to a Houston hospital. The injuries could be life-threatening. Huntsville police say that there is a suspect in custody, so there's no danger to the public at this time, and the relationship between the suspect and the victim is not known. We do have a crew there on the way, and we're going to have much more on this coming up on News 3 and at KBTX.com.
Moving now to the big national story of the day, we are learning more about yesterday's mass shooting in San Bernardino, California that left 14 people dead. The 2 suspects were later killed in a shootout with police.
Yes, Craig Boswell reports tonight they left behind an arsenal of weapons, thousands of rounds of ammunition, and many, many questions. Hi, good afternoon, everybody. We're coming to you live from the Brazos Center here in Bryan for a very special edition of First News at 4, where we are hosting once again this year the KBTX News 3 Food for Families food drive, which has been a great success so far, and a lot more surprises and donations still coming up in this hour and hours after that.
Absolutely. A huge turnout of cars, people, food donations, cash donations. We have seen it all, and I think maybe we have the weather to thank. Everybody's willing willing to leave the house today. What a beautiful one out there.
Yeah, the 20 years we've been doing this, there's been snow, there's been a little bit of rain, we've had some cold days, and a lot of folks today have been like, it's kind of hot.
It's a little hot. It's warm.
It's a beautiful day. A little warm for December.
You start sweating. I'm sorry, Kathleen has to smell that.
Yeah.
That too, yeah.
Good and close.
So that's...
Hey everybody, we think it's appropriate, obviously, that we're going to do our treat of the day right here in the volunteer truck. This is where, after you come through and drop off your donations, there's a lot of volunteers here that will pack them and get them ready to go back to the food bank.
They are doing the real work. We're just sitting here talking to you. They're sorting through all this food, going through a lot. I'm going to pull one of them in here right now. You're from the USDA. You might come telling us about what you guys are doing here. Why are you out here volunteering? We are now getting our first look of this past May's deadly motorcycle club shootout at a Waco, Texas restaurant. You'll see that video in just a moment, but first a warning that there are very disturbing and sometimes quite graphic images.
After the bullet stopped at the Twin Peaks restaurant, 9 people were dead and 177 people were arrested. The surveillance video you're about to see from inside that restaurant was somehow leaked to CNN and aired for the first time today. Here's Ed Lavendera.
It is still not clear at this point how CNN got this video or who leaked it, so that's the big mystery right now.
Yeah, the Waco Police Department says it did not release the video to any media organization. In fact, there's a gag order that remains in effect, and authorities have consistently refused to release not only that video, but a lot of other documents that are related to this case.
During the month of August, this is what has got us down a little bit. Torchy's Tacos in College Station, they've been promoting 4 new specialty spicy tacos.
All right, the campaign, it's called Torture by Taco, and we, along with Max Crawford, went to Torchy's Tacos today, right here in College Station.
At 10 a.m. also.
And we tried some of the hottest tacos in College Station. How far do you think you're going to get?
All the way.
Yeah.
Farther than Rusty.
So you start with the barn burner.
Boom.
I feel like my nose is running.
It is.
I stopped having fun 5 minutes ago. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. First news at 4. Come on. Cheers.
I give in. White flag.
My whole mouth. It's like my whole face.
So hopefully we have a lot hotter tacos to look forward to next year.
I got Cajun roots, and I was like, no, I ain't dealing with this.
That's okay. You have a whole year to practice for next time.
Yeah, that ain't happening, buddy. Now at 5, new video showing us for the first time the shooting inside of the Waco Twin Peaks restaurant.
And an airplane in Florida goes up in flames on the runway. We're updating breaking news.
And get ready for some Friday night football on Thursday. We're previewing several varsity games scheduled for tonight in the Brazos Valley. Backing the blue, police from around the nation were among the thousands of people who gathered at a Houston church today for the funeral of slain Harris County Deputy Darren Goforth.
Goforth was gunned down a week ago at a Cypress convenience store while fueling his patrol car. News 3's Carla Castillo is in the newsroom with more on how Goforth's life was honored today.
Hi everyone, we begin at 4 o'clock with breaking news and a crime alert. Right now, Bryan police looking for the person who stabbed someone during a possible robbery this afternoon, 1400 block of Hoppus, that is near East 29th Street. According to scanner traffic, we heard that a victim was stabbed in the face and arm. We do have a crew on the scene gathering more details. I can tell you this, police are looking for a man in his 40s or 50s. He's got a gray shirt on, blue jeans. Police are all over that area. And we know that schools are letting out, and I think it's SFA Middle School that is also nearby. Police are there, keeping an eye on the students. We will have more on that coming up at 5 and 6, and always at KBTX.com.
Absolutely, those updates as we get them. But right now, look at that beautiful, beautiful weather outside. This is the fall we wanted, Max, and you have finally delivered.
Yeah, absolutely.
This would be like Scott Pelley being told, get out. Charlie Rose, I mean, he's up there in the ranks in the Univision world.
Oh, yeah. This is a big deal, but he asked some bold questions and was not afraid to fire back. But again, not surprising that Trump didn't waste any time saying get out.
And that's what some people like about Donald Trump. He doesn't care. He's going to say what he wants. And Trump, in his defense, he said, you know what, this guy, this anchor, he was out of line. He kept yelling these questions. It wasn't his turn. I've asked him to sit down, and he didn't want to do it. But Jorge Ramos, he was being I guess he thought the journalist that he should be, and wanted some questions.
I feel like he was trying to out-Trump Trump.
Good luck. Appreciate you joining us this afternoon. We'll see you back here at 6 o'clock. But again, continuing coverage right now on the CBS Evening News of the mass shootings in San Bernardino, California.